Hey everybody, so this is just kind of a simple tutorial on kind of what I was talking about in class today. It's wireframes and planning before you actually start your design. It's really important that you do this because otherwise you end up lost, you end up stuck in this huge train of thought and trying to design something forever and it just doesn't work out and it's a huge waste of time. So, not to be pessimistic or anything, but anyway, what we want to do is to start planning. When we start to make a plan, think about who your company is and what they're aiming to do. So for us, right now in this particular case, we're working with a company, Palmer Wireless, and they are trying to boost the amount of sales through their website because people are starting to use their website more as time goes on. And then they always get their most business through their phone numbers. So for their most important things, it's going to be their phone number, their logo, and possibly some of their plans because they do offer really cheap plans. So what we're going to want to do is to decide how we want our structure to be. So one of our structures here is going to be a hierarchical structure, and to me this is the best way to plan this one out. So I'm just going to go ahead and write on here, and this is the home page. And the links that are going to be on the home page are going to be contact, plans, and about. Because they were also telling us about a lot of different charity work that they do and things like that, how they give free plans and things like that to our brave firefighters and schools and school buses and things like that. So this is basically how we're gonna want to visualize in our head the most important things. Moving on from that though, we're going to I'll just flip it over and make it a little easier. If I could stop bumping the camera, that'd probably help everybody as well. So basically, after we kind of have this whole plan laid out, we want to think about how we want to sketch this website. What do we want the website to look like and structurally? So we start to make some different thumbnails. So starting off with this thumbnail, I'm going to just make it like that, and then I'm going to start thinking about where I want things to go. I'm going to use a little bit of a key that I have for myself using circles for social, and I'm going to use squares with X's for logo / pictures, and then I'm also going to just use scribbles for text. Moving back into the box, I'm going to come up with a really quick design. These usually shouldn't take you more than like 30 to 45 seconds, honestly. Just quick on your feet, scribbly, sloppy. Only you need to see it, so it's just going to be something that you need to understand. I'm just going to go ahead and throw an X up there. I'm going to go ahead and throw the links right there. Contact information was great there before, so I'm going to go ahead and throw something here. This is pretty much how their page is laid out, but I like how it's kind of laid out. It just needs to be updated, so it's simpler and more clean cut. So I mean that's just a really quick example of how the wireframe can be. Throw a line in the bottom for the footer, and then throw some social media icons in there. Or we can do another one really quick, and then maybe we have a bar going down the side, and then here we have the logo, and then we have let's see, like this, and these are all the different links, and then, well, first of all we have the contact information, 2 different links, and then maybe we have the social right here. And then on the side we can have a huge picture or something advertising their plans, and then we can have a little bit of text right here and a picture there as well. For a third one, maybe we want it to be like this, and we'll go back to the original look. So here's the X, here's the search, or not the search bar, but the links, contact information again, and then we have a really big picture across the top here with a bunch of text explaining how great their deals are and what a wonderful company they've been. I mean, these are just examples. That's how fast you want to go through this. You want to just really quickly rattle off ideas. You want to immediately put something on paper. I suggest using pens or markers because it kind of forces you to be quick. It forces you to not think about erasing. It forces you to just be solid in your movements and confident in your strokes. So I really recommend using that. Other than that though, we want to move on to like our Photoshop design and stuff like that. I mean, there's nothing I can really do on paper to show you how you want to design a website using Photoshop, but that's something that you always have resources, especially in our class, to figure out how to do that specifically. I recommend looking up wireframes online, looking up like popular website wireframes. It's to me, wireframes are almost like the very core of what goes into designing a website, because you can spend 40 minutes to 20 hours designing a website and not enjoy it. And I mean, that's going to happen anyway, unfortunately, but at least you get an idea starting off from the bottom. So I mean, looking back at this, I'm not a huge fan of having the big picture, and I also think that this is too similar to what their website already is, so I would probably design something like this. And it was just that quick, maybe it took me a minute to decide, okay, this is the best structure that I thought of in that minute. So, I mean, I would start designing that. Otherwise, 20 minutes into this design, I hate it, I have to scrap it. Then I spend another hour designing this one, scrap it because I hate it. And then before you know it, I have tons of time invested in this piece that I'm not even using. Other than that though, I mean, when you look into the design of the actual website, just make sure you're thinking about colors. So, colors, it's a huge one. Always think about colors. Use the company's colors, the colors that they suggested, and you want to think of their audience. So their audience was basically more, not to sound rude, but it was a simple lifestyle, and I don't think that's a bad thing. So we have simple for their lifestyle. So there you go. Design your website simple. Design something straightforward. You want it to be smooth but crisp. You want it to look basically representative of the people who will be seeing it. So, with that said, I wish the best of luck to all of you in your designs, and if you have any questions that you feel like asking me, if you think the CEOs are too busy or something, they're usually not. They'll help you. But if they are busy or something comes up, I am more than willing to go over some of this stuff with you or go over some Photoshop segments with you. So yeah, just get a hold of me if you need me. I will give my number to whoever receives this video, and I will hopefully see you soon. Thanks.